Hi, this question is for Kate. You played with some amazing veterans last season, especially with Asia Wilson being a big cheerleader of yours. What do you want to bring from that high caliber environment to here in the Bay Area? And is there anything you didn't get to show last season that you're hoping to bring out more with the Valkyries?
Yeah, first of all, I was just very grateful to have a lot of great vets surrounding me last year, Asia being one of them. Asia was a great leader and really took me under her wing. And, whenever you have an all-star or somebody at that caliber, um, tell you it's okay if you make mistakes or have your back whenever, you're not perfect, that makes you feel so much better and so much more welcome. So, I obviously appreciate everything that all of my teammates did for me at the Aces. And I just want to continue to be myself and just play my game, figure out my role on this team and perform it to the best of my ability and just always be a good teammate. I don't really change who I am from team to team. I never will. I just figure out what my role is and try to perform that to the best of my ability.
Cheryl, a follow-up?
Well, how did you feel about coming in the game in that high pressure moment and nailing those free throws? You know, when I walked back to the Caltrain after the game, there was a group about a half a dozen young women who were like raving about that moment, and one said Kate Martin, and the other one said Kate Money Martin. So, just your feelings on that and the fan support.
I was like Kate 10 cents Martin the other night, but I'm just kidding. Um, no, it was obviously we were very excited. A lot of jitters needed to get out. And so in that moment, it was just very fun. The crowd was getting super involved, and it was the first opportunity to tie the game. And so whenever you have 17,000 people in the stadium cheering for you, it makes it very fun. It makes it very exciting. I want the crowd to have something to cheer for, and the crowd wants to cheer for something. And so that was just a really fun moment. And yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't shoot it well, but the thing is I didn't stop shooting, and that is something that last year, I probably would have really freaked out about. But it's just all about confidence and knowing that my teammates have confidence in me and tell me to keep shooting, and same with the staff.
All right, thanks. We'll turn to Courtney. Courtney, go ahead.
Hello, ladies. Thanks for taking these questions. First one, that first preseason game. If you guys, anyone can answer this one. Elaborate on that atmosphere of playing with over 17,000 at the Chase Center, the third largest crowd for a preseason game in WNBA history. What do you guys think about that and the whole atmosphere?
Yeah. The crowd was electric. I think that's can sum it up. You could hear them, especially towards the end when it got, pretty close. So it was nice to know that when we're down, our crowd is still like beside us and they have our back. And so even when LA finished and she, kept her hand up there, the whole crowd was just I mean, they went off almost as if we won the game. Like it did shock a ton of people that, we were down by four, she made a three. So it's just nice to know that they have our back no matter what.
And follow up there with Coach, playing with you talk about playing with pace as your offensive identity. Is that what fans can expect in terms of the encore performance and also building a winning culture and player development?
I'd say pace, yeah, but also passion. Like all players, that are part of the Valkyries, like they play with such passion and heart. And that was an intentional pick. Like I said, I intentionally picked all these players because we know that this this year was going to be special. We know we're the first. We understand that. And so we're not taking it lightly. And with again the commitment of 17,000 plus fans in preseason, then they understand like we're going to show up. They're going to show up, then we're going to show up and show out for the fans.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, we'll go to Aya.
Hey guys, nice to meet you all. It's Aya Abdeen for Ball is Live. So just give me 1 second to think of a question. I'm so sorry. Um, so you guys will have your first regular season game on Friday. How you guys are feeling about it, and what do you expect in the new season, and especially going forward?
Yeah, we're all excited. We're excited that we get to play somebody else besides ourselves and each other. And I just think that, we're gonna build from our last game playing against LA and see what we can improve on and kind of just go from there.
Thank you all.
All right, thank you. Shannon, go ahead, Shannon.
Hey, it's Shannon Earhart with KCCI. Kate, it's good to see you. I kind of wanted to just go back to the beginning and when you found out that you were going to be traded and part of the expansion team and everything that was going through your mind for the fans in Iowa. They're dying to know.
Yeah, when I got picked in the expansion draft, it was just a very exciting moment. As people know, this league is very competitive. So if you get another opportunity to come to a training camp and get to, compete for a roster spot, it's a good day. And so I felt really grateful that I got to stick around with Nat and get to play for her again. And so it's just a very exciting time for women's basketball, obviously, and I just feel really grateful to be here. What?
Quick follow up. Um, quick follow up. What's it like to be part of history?
It's awesome. We obviously, like Nat said earlier, we don't take that lightly. There's been a lot of people working behind the scenes to make sure that everything is great for us players, from the front office, management, the ownership, everything down to the players. And so they've done a great job of making this feel like our safe space, our home, and make sure we have everything we need. And so it's really cool to be a part of history. And we know there's a lot of firsts this season, but that doesn't mean that, I don't know, we're just gonna show up and just be excited to be here. Like we're here to work and we're here to win. And so I feel really grateful to have all the teammates that I do and the coaches that I do, because they're pretty awesome. And so it's been a lot of fun so far, and we're excited for more to come this year.
Thanks.
Good to see you, Shannon.
All right, Jim, you're up.
Hi, Kate. Hi, Kayla. One each for you. Kate, I remember speaking to you last year when you joined the Vegas Aces, and we were talking about your sort of rookie season, and you were in a prestigious sort of locker room with Becky Hammond, AJ, some of the big caliber names, and you probably had your role within the roster. Now you come to a new franchise where everyone's sort of equal. There's no sort of status, sort of quos as such. Is that a different sort of an experience to what you experienced last year, where maybe there was layers within that sort of dressing room?
Well, first I would say that a lot of these players have still been here a lot longer than me, and I look up to a lot of these, like all of my teammates, and they're all amazing, and they all have a lot to teach me still, and just like I had at Vegas. But yeah, I mean, I think what the cool thing is that there hasn't been somebody here on this team for 3-4 years and knows the offense like the back of their hand. We're all learning that together. And so we're all learning that collectively, which is building chemistry right there. And it's not like one person's way behind because they don't know the offense because they've been running it for 3 years, 4 years, so on. It's that we're all figuring it out together. So that's definitely been very nice.
And Kayla, just one for you. In terms of the fan base in Golden State, you would have played with many rosters, many cities throughout your career. Did you almost feel the love? Did you get a sense for the love of female basketball here in terms of the WNBA? Has it taken you back in some way in terms of the fan base that you have straight from the off? The 17,000 fans, amazing that you've gathered that fan base, and you haven't played a competitive game in the WNBA. So the potential for the fan base is growing, really, even before we even begin.
Right, right. Okay, yeah, you had a lot to say. But yeah, no, I would say the fan base here has been phenomenal. Especially when I even came here in February for the All-Star, it was just so much love, and just to see like our fan base, our first game was like 17,000 for a preseason game is crazy. So I was excited just to play in front of them because they deserve it. They've been wanting this, and it was just amazing. And you kind of could tell, like, this is the first time they've ever had a WNBA, team, because there's some things that, when we shoot free throws, it gotta be a little quiet. But and I'm just messing. But no, I love it. I love all the fans. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to know them, to interact with them.
and just show love off the court for them as well.
All right, thanks. Jordan, you're up. Jordan?
Hello, ladies. Jordan from Television Sports. Hope you all are doing well today. My first question is for Kayla. Just talk about what's it been like transitioning from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast so far.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it's a little different. I mean, it's kind of the same. I'm from Texas, so I'm a tropical girl, so this weather's kind of been like up and down for me. But other than that, it's kind of just been nice. New York and Cali are almost like the same. It's just a lot going on. Traffic is horrible. But other than that, like it's been great. I never lived in Cali, never been on this side really, so I'm kind of adjusting pretty well. And just the people around me, my teammates, coaches, staff members, Morgan, they just all been helping and keeping it very, very entertaining.
And just a quick follow-up, if I may, for Kate, you and Tiffany Hayes were teammates last year in the Aces, and now you guys are teammates again. So I guess just talk about what's it like, being able to play alongside her again, and if she's giving you any advice on, how to be a better player on and off the court.
Yeah, I feel really grateful that I've gotten to be teammates with Tip at the Aces, Unrivaled, and here. She's kind of been with me through it all and seen me at some highs and some lows. So when you have a teammate that's got your back and wants the best for you, that just means the world. And so for her to, be there for everything, and I just honestly just watch and try to learn from her. If I don't feel like I could, there's nothing I couldn't ask her. And so if I ever need advice, life advice, basketball advice, I know I can come to her because she has my best intentions in her mind, and I know her heart, she knows mine, and so I feel like we can hold each other accountable, and she can tell me anything and I'm not going to take offense to it. And so it's really nice whenever you have teammates like that and you have that trust with somebody.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, Brad. Go ahead, Brad.
Yes. Hi, ladies. Hi, Coach. Brad from WS Nation. My question is for Coach. One of the big plays on the highlight reel from the game was the pass from Julie Van Loo to Caitlin Chen. The crowd went wild. Can you speak of what you felt in that moment, seeing that the team could make big plays in that first game?
Yeah, it was their hustle, their heart. I was right in front of it. I thought Julie was gonna dive into my knees, so I was actually more scared for myself of being a little bit older. But no, Julie stayed in bounds when she ran into whoever she was getting the ball from, and then when she let it go, I was like, I don't think Caitlin's gonna catch that. And then Caitlin just turned on the jets, and then obviously she finished, and I think that was Caitlin's first basket, so the crowd just kind of responded. So again, the world loves Caitlin. So yeah, it was a great time. It was a great moment.
I thank you, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Cheryl, go ahead.
Coach, game presser on Tuesday, you were asked about the possibility of having to coach in a tight, close game situation, and it happened. What did you take away from that as far as your team's readiness and resilience, and what do you want to improve?
I did say that?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
Well, you were asked about it, and you're like, if it happens, we've worked on some things, so we'll see.
Oh, I don't remember saying that, but we did. I actually dreamt like the first time I was gonna be a head coach. I'm like, I want to start with need twos and need threes from the beginning. So yeah, they picked it up. I mean, give credit to them. Like the players, their IQs are off the chart. And so for me to kind of just implement things just on the board and for them to execute it, yeah. So it's not me, it's the players. They're the ones that, had to go on the court and execute. So I'm very lucky. I have very smart players.
Give yourself some credit.
Oh, no.
All right, back to Aya. Aya, go ahead.
I have a question for the coach. What type of approach you are taking in terms of the team chemistry for the inaugural season, and take me through what you have learned from the coaching career when you were an assistant for like an NBA league team to like being a part of a WNBA assistant coach. I meant to say Las Vegas Aces, and to now being a head coach for the expansion team.
Yeah, those are good questions. The chemistry we built, I think it's through music. I think it's through dancing.
Rihanna.
Rihanna. They love my dancing. So we've been dancing a little bit. Obviously when we shoot, we play a ton of music, and right now it's been coach's choice. So I have to, I think, give a little bit leeway with these players and let them choose because they're getting do you guys like Rihanna?
I love Rihanna.
Oh, they love Rihanna.
Well,
So
we do drills
that are for Rihanna.
yeah, with Rihanna music playing too, which is fun.
Yes. Yeah. So chemistry is built through music on our team. I just think because everyone can relate to music. That I think music bonds people. Music is therapy. So however they want to use it, I use it for dancing and singing. And then what I've learned, oh gosh, I mean, you have an hour, I could literally talk about everyone that I've, been mentored from Becky Hammond to Tyronn Lue to Doc Rivers. But overall, I would say the best advice from everyone has just been be yourself. You're not here to coach like me. You're not here to coach like someone you're not. You learn through your experiences, you learn through your struggles, you learn through your losses. And at the end of the day, just be yourself. So I think that's been my best advice.
Thank you.
All right, Blake.
Hey, Coach. This is Blake Spadaro from Blake Steak and W Swish. How do you assess player strengths and weaknesses, and what strategies do you use to help players improve their skills?
How do I assess players' strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, how do
I
you assess players' strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah,
what strategies do you use to help players improve their skills?
yeah. So I think, I mean, it's kind of through my lens, it's through my eyes. I never want to say based off of stats from the previous year or anything like this is what they do well or this is what they don't do well because all the environments are different. Everyone plays in different teams, different organizations. And so I know when they're here with Golden State, like it's going to be like Kate said, it's a safe zone here. So the assessment started more in day one rather than prior to that. And then for me, it's like I got to give them grace. This is the first time we've been together on the court together ever because we're making history. So it's been day 8, I think. And for me, I'm just kind of giving them space, giving them grace. I just want them to be themselves. And then how we improve is just, again, we talk about how we want to play. And then I'm all about, like I said, our pace, our communication is more based off of, my lens, but it's more the defensive end where we're really going to hone in on and be great. So like today we went over positional defense. We did that yesterday. We just got to keep building.
Yeah. And a follow-up question: can you talk about your coaching philosophy and how you approach working with the players?
I call it tough love. I don't know how whether they felt that or not yet. The love is first for me. I think again, when you bring in brand new, players, but also staff. I'd never worked with any of these staff members before as well. So it's all about, showing love, letting everyone be their authentic self, knowing them beyond the court. I don't really care so much. It's more about who they are as a person. Are they comfortable in being in their space? Can they be themselves? That's kind of the biggest thing for me is let everyone be themselves. Let's have a good time and have joy when we're on the court. That's big for me.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, time for just 2 more. Shannon.
Sorry. I'm sitting in the park right now. Kate, where's your confidence level at?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say I'm always confident. I've put in a lot of work. I've put in too much work to not be confident. But I would definitely say that this team, this coaching staff, my teammates have definitely created an environment where we all want to be confident and we're all confident in each other. So, I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting question, honestly, but I would say that I feel very comfortable with my teammates and my coaches, and I feel like if I need something, I can speak up. If I need help, my shot's not feeling good, I can speak up and ask for help. And I also know that if I airball a few times in practice, nobody's judging me, so it's very nice. So I would say that it's at a good level for sure.
Thanks.
All right. The last question goes to Jordan. Jordan, go ahead.
Hello again. My question is for Coach this time, and my apologies if I say her name wrong. Letitia Amir, just talk about what have you liked from her during that preseason game and training camp so far?
Yeah, I think it was her ability to attack the rim. She has been playing a four for us, and so her ability to go against other fours, she's like a big guard. And so we definitely have a matchup. Well, the opponent has a matchup issue if you have to guard her at the four. So again, being able to handle it in an open court, because again, we have space. So she fits, she's been fitting very well right now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, to our media, thank you. Natalie, Kate, Kayla, thank you for your time. Good luck moving forward.